Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita. So today I'm here with the frequently asked marketing questions during the interview. Hope this session will help you in your interview preparation. This video was supposed to come 1 week prior, but because of my bad health, I could not do this. So apologies for that. All those who are done with your interview, I hope you have done very well in your interview and hoping for the positive results for you all. And all those whose interviews are scheduled for the coming days, I hope this session will help you in preparing. So without wasting much time, let's start the session. Now, what is marketing? This question is very important because very important and very common as well. Marketing refers to activities a company undertakes to promote the buying or selling of a product or a service. Marketing includes advertising, selling, delivering products to consumer, other businesses. Some marketing is done by affiliates on behalf of the company. So what is marketing basically? Marketing is basically a business offering. In through marketing, you are basically telling the customer that this is my product. You are making the customer aware that this is my business offering. It is, in short, an action taken to bring attention to a business offerings. They can be physical goods for sales or service offered. Common examples of marketing at work include television commercials, billboards on the side of the road, and magazine advertisements. So you all have noticed this kind of marketing through the television commercials. Every day we are watching on the television, on the YouTube, and wherever possible, they are giving their television commercials. Now, the next is billboard on the side of the roads. Everyone must have noted the billboards on the side of the road related to various product, various services. Next is magazine advertisement, and they are also giving, and companies are also giving advertisement in the magazine as per the product, as per the choices of the readers, that what kind of segment is following which kind of magazines, and accordingly, as per the relevancy of the product, they are giving advertisement in the magazines. So the next is marketing mix. Marketing mix consists of product, price, place, and promotion. Through these marketing mix, basically, if you talk about the product, then product, you are telling the customer that I have made a product which solve your problem. It is a customized product which will cater to your needs. And sometimes the companies who believe that one size fits all, it doesn't work nowadays. The marketing has been shifted from traditional marketing to modern marketing. Now the next is price. It's a win-win situation. It should be a win-win situation for both the company and the customer. It should not be very high and should not be very low. Now the place from where the customer can purchase the product, from where the customer can get the product, either through the distributors or through the retailers or through the wholesalers. Now, the next is the promotion, that how you are going to make the customer aware about your product, how you will promote them, how will you make them aware. Now, the next is marketing management. This question is also very important. Marketing management is a process of controlling the marketing aspects, setting the goals of a company, organizing the plan step by step, taking decisions for the firm, executing them to get the maximum turnover by meeting the consumer demands. So basically, marketing management consists of all the marketing, the advertising, the selling, the branding, everything. So marketing management help whenever the company sets a goal. This marketing management also help companies in setting a goal, and then organizing the plans to achieve that goal step by step, and then taking decisions, important decisions, that how that goal can be achieved, and you will be executing the plan after taking the decisions. Okay, that this is what we have decided, you execute the plan. Now, what is the objectives of marketing management? Attracting new customers, satisfying the demands of customers, profitability, maximizing the market share, and creating a good public reputation. So you should be aware of about the objectives of marketing management. Now, the next is, what is sales? Sales is an activity between two or more parties. The buyer receives product, service, or assets in exchange for money. Typically, sales are between seller and a buyer, in which goods or assets are exchanged for money or other assets. So basically, two or more parties are involved, in which one party is seller and one party is buyer. So whenever the seller is whenever the seller is selling something, the buyer will going to buy that, whether it's a product or a service or an asset, in exchange of money or other assets. Now, a person who sells goods or services on behalf of an organization or owner is called a salesperson. So whenever somebody is selling the product on behalf of the organization or behalf of the owner, so that person is known as salesperson. Their target is to reach out to the customers who have shown interest or find fit for the customer service. So now how the salesperson is approaching the customer for their particular product, it can be two ways. One, that that the customer has shown interest that I want to buy this product, or other way is that the salesperson think that this is the best fit for my product, who can purchase my item. Now what is the process we follow while doing sales? This is the standard process which can be followed in most of the cases, in most of the sales. The process includes prospect preparation. First you make the prospect. In banking also, whenever you get the targets, so you will get the targets like you need to open this much of saving account, you need to open this much of current account. So how are you going to open? You आप ऐसे तो नहीं चले जाएंगे, you know, and you bank में कि कोई भी आ रहा है खोलेंगे सर account खुलवा लो, no, not like this. आप ऐसे काम करेंगे, so this will not going to work. आपने पहले क्या करना है, prospect ready करना है कि okay, these are the list of the accounts for whom I can target for my savings account, and these are the list of accounts for whom I can target for current account. So this is what we call as prospect. So now the next is preparation. आप अपने आप को prepare करेंगे और you will make a preparation that how you're going to achieve, how you're going to contact those prospects, whether you want to meet them in person or you want to make them a phone call. Next is approach, how you're going to approach them. Next is presentation and how you present your product. Next is overcoming objections. Whenever you're selling something to customer or the client, you will definitely going to have some objections or the queries. You should be ready with those queries and objections and answer them well. Next is closing the sale and the follow-up. Follow-up is very important. Follow-up will going to give you long-term business from your existing clients and also from the new clients. How? See, whenever you are selling something, just after doing the sale, just don't forget that customer. Do after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you can give them a call that hello sir, how are you sir? कैसे अभी आपको कोई help तो नहीं चाहिए मेरे end से? Do you need any kind of help from my end? Do you face any difficulty in the product which I have given you? Or in some cases when you are selling the health insurance, if the renewal date is near, you can remind them so that your renewal date is near, please renew your product. And you can also suggest them that okay, this is something new which we have come across in our health insurance health policies, you can purchase this as well, this will benefit you. So that's how you do the follow-ups. Now the next is type of sales. Inside sales. The inside sales team engages the customer remotely. They offer products and services by selling them through phone calls, emails, and video calls. So in inside sales, you're just sitting in your office and you're contacting the customers through emails, through phone calls, and through video calls. You need not to go outside. You need not to visit the person. You need not to meet the customer in person. You're just sitting in your office. You're making the sales. In some companies, it happens that the inside sales team fix the meetings, and if they want somebody to meet the customer or the client in person, they have their field executive or the field officers, they go and meet the client and close the deal. Now outside sale is completely different to inside sales. Outside sales involve face-to-face meetings, events, seminars, conferences, etc. The outside sales also include door-to-door sales. They need to travel a lot. They are also known as field sales. So in outside sales, you need to be out of the office. You need to make the cold calls. You need to go to meet the customer or the client in person, and this is completely a field sales. Right. The next is direct sales. Direct sales involves selling goods and services directly to the customer in a non-retail environment. In direct selling, distributors eliminate the intermediaries from the supply chain. These types of marketing are used by network marketing representatives and real estate professionals. So in direct sales, they do not involve intermediaries in between. They are selling the product directly to the customers. And for example, what kind of business? And we have seen the direct sales in case of real estate professionals, in case of network marketing representatives. Now the next is e-commerce sales. E-commerce sales refers to the selling of goods and services through online mediums. Companies use internet technologies to sell their products and services to the customer via the internet. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, Shopify, examples of e-commerce sales. So nowadays everybody is aware about the e-commerce sales, that how the e-commerce companies are selling their product. by using the internet technology, by using the internet platform. Next is B2B sales. This is a business to business. B2B stands for business to business, which describes companies that sell their product or service to another company rather than individual consumers. So in B2B sales, they are not targeting their product is of such kind they are selling directly to the business houses like if you talk about the industrial product, big industrial product, so they are doing this business in business to business form, not selling directly to the customers. Now the next is B2C sales. In banking, we do B2C sales. B2 stands for business to customer to describe the selling of goods and services to an individual customer, such as retail sales, right? So herein we are dealing with the customer directly. We are not doing the business to business thing. We are doing the business to customer thing. Next is consultative sales. In consultative sales refers to making relationships with the customer and understanding the needs of a customer before offering the product or services. This builds a healthy relationship between the buyer and the seller, which helps sellers to focus on the benefit of the customer instead of solely focusing on the product offering. So in consultative sales, we are doing a meeting with the customer. We understand their demand, we understand their usage, and accordingly, we produce a tailored or customized product as per the customer needs. Now the next is, what is advertising? Advertising is a means of communication with the users of a product or a service. Basically, through advertising, you are targeting the users who are making use of your product and service, who will going to use your product or service. Advertisements are the messages paid for by those who send them and are intended to inform and influence people who receive them. So advertisement is always paid. Please be sure about it, that and remember this thing, that advertising is always paid. Now what is the purpose of advertising? To inform, to persuade, and to remind. Now what is the meaning of persuading? To make them believe. Now what is branding? Branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of a company, its product or services in the customer's mind by combining such elements as logo, design, mission statement, and a consistent theme throughout all marketing communications. Effective branding helps companies differentiate themselves from their competitors and build a loyal customer base. So basically branding, after doing the advertisement से आप कस्टमर को इन्फॉर्म कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, यू आर इन्फॉर्मिंग द कस्टमर दैट दिस इज माय प्रोडक्ट एंड I have made for you for your usage, right? Whereas branding, आप ब्रांडिंग में अपने प्रोडक्ट को अपने कंपटीटर से डिफरेंट कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं, ब्रांडिंग उसमें आपको हेल्प करता है. अगर मैं कस्टमर हूं तो मैं कैसे डिफरेंशिएट कर पाऊंगी कि ओके दिस प्रोडक्ट बिलोंग टू मेरिको, दिस प्रोडक्ट बिलोंग टू some XYZ firm, and this product is better than this firm. What are the features that differentiate from one product to others? In all these things, branding play a very, very important role. Okay. Now the next is, what is the difference between marketing and branding? Marketing is defined as a set of tools, process, strategies you use to actively promote your product, service, and company. Think of marketing as the actions you take to connect with your customers and get them to buy your product or service. Basically, marketing is a process wherein you are inviting the customer to come to my place. Okay, and branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of a company, its product or services in the customer's mind by combining such elements as logo, design, mission statement, and a consistent theme throughout all making marketing communications. Effective branding helps companies differentiate themselves from their competitors. As I have told you, that branding helps the product to differentiate. The branding helps the customer to differentiate one product from the other. Marketing gets a customer attention, whereas branding is a way to keep their attention. Marketing drives sales, branding drives recognition and loyalty. Marketing comes second, branding comes first. In a nutshell, why branding comes first? The reason is, see, you have marketed your product, but if your product don't have that capability to, to stay for a longer in the market, in that case, you're not going to succeed. And branding is the thing which makes your product stronger in comparison with your competitor product. It will help the customer to differentiate the attributes or the features from your competitor's product. Now, in a nutshell, you need the right marketing strategies to set your brand apart from the competition and say to your customers, hey, I'm here. But you need branding to foster a relationship, creating a long-term connection and keep them coming back after the initial hello. Okay, so I hope you're clear with the marketing and the branding. Now the next is difference between costing and pricing. Costing is typically the expense incurred for making a product or service that is sold by a company. Costing includes everything which the company needs to take in care of while preparing a product, and price is the amount a customer is willing to pay for a product or a service. Now, what is market equilibrium? A situation in which the supply of an item is exactly equals to its demand, since there is neither surplus nor shortage in the market. Price tends to remain stable. So market equilibrium is a situation where its supply is exactly equal to the demand. So there's neither surplus of the product nor a shortage in the market. So in that case, price tends to remain stable. Next is market orientation. Market orientation is a business philosophy where the focus is on identifying customer needs or wants and meeting them. When a company has a market orientation approach, it focuses on designing and selling goods and services that satisfy customer needs in order to be profitable. So when a company has an approach of a market orientation wherein the company first understands the need of the customer, first understand the want of the customer, that what the customer is exactly looking for, and accordingly prepare the product, in that case that approach is known as market orientation. So the next is segmentation, targeting and positioning model. STP stands for segment your market, target your best customers, and position your offerings. Now, the model is useful because it helps you to identify your most valuable types of customer and then develop products and marketing messages tailored to them. This allows you to engage with each target group more effectively, personalize your messaging, and ultimately increase your sales. This plays a very, very important role. Segmentation. आप जब बैंक में जाएंगे, see, these are the terms which you are making use in your day-to-day work, in marketing, in sales. How? See, there are many products in the bank, or let's forget about the many products. Let's be concise to a be precise to a very specific product. Let's talk about the life insurance. So in life insurance, we have such products wherein the we cannot sell one particular product to the person who is above the age of 60 years. So this is what segmentation. So आप जब एक product आपके पास आएगा, आप segmentation करेंगे कि I need to segment ये इस age से. Let's suppose I want to target the customer who is in the age between 25 to 59 years or 58 years, right? So this is called segmentation. Then after वो segmentation कर लेंगे तो आप उनको target करेंगे, that okay. So I hope you understand the concept of segmentation. Now, your organization, product, or brand can't be all things to all people. So use market segmentation to divide your customers into groups of people with common characteristics and needs. This allows you to tailor your approach to meet each group's need effectively and gives you a huge advantage over competitor who use a one-size-fits-all approach. So nowadays, one-size-fits-all approach is not working. You need to make a tailored and a customized product as per the customer needs. And in that case, we make the use of a segmentation. Now, there are many different ways how you segment your target markets. First is demographic, by personal attributes such as age, mental status, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, education, or occupation. Next is geographic, by country, region, state, city, or neighborhood. Next is psychographic, by personality, risk aversion, values, or lifestyle. And the fourth is behavioral, that by how people use the product, how loyal they are, and or the benefits they are looking for. After doing the segmentation, the next part is target your best customers. Next, you need to decide which segment to target by identifying the group that will offer the largest return and will be the most profitable. There are several factors to consider here. Now, what are those factors? The profitability of each segment. Whenever you're making the segment, you need to forecast the profitability of that particular segment, the size and potential growth of each customer group. That in future, whether that particular customer group will going to increase or shrink. Is it large enough to do worth addressing? Is steady growth possible? How does it compare with other segments? Make sure that you won't be reducing revenue by shifting your focus to a niche market that's too small. Now, how well your organization can service this market? For example, are there any legal, technological, social barriers that could impact? And conduct a pest analysis to understand the opportunity threats that might affect in each segment. So companies are doing pest analysis. Pest is political, economical, social, and a technological analysis before targeting any particular segment. Now, next is position your offerings. Finally, you need to identify how you should position your product to target the most valuable customer segments. Then select the marketing mix that will most effective for each of them. Consider why customers should purchase your product rather than those of your competitors. Do this by identifying your unique selling proposition. Everyone must have heard about this term, USP. What is your unique selling proposition? So that the customer will be able to differentiate from from your product, so that the customer will be so that the customer can differentiate between your product and the competitive product, and draw a positioning map to understand how each segment perceives your product, brand, or service. This will help you determine how best to position your offering. Next is product life cycle: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. These are the 4 stages through which a product passes. And it is not mandatory that all product passes through these 4 stages, because in many cases it happens that product introduced in the market and then it will go to the decline stage. Right. Next is service marketing. Service marketing is simply defined as a phenomenon wherein a service or an intangible commodity is promoted and marketed among the target audience. 7 P's of service marketing is product, service, price, place, distribution, promotion, people, physical evidence, and process. You should be aware of these 7 P's of service marketing. Now, next is cross-selling. Cross-selling is the process of encouraging customers to purchase products or service in addition to the original items they intended to purchase. Oftentimes, the cross-sold items are complementary to one another, so customers have more of a reason to purchase both of them. So many times, whenever you go to the McDonald's or the Burger King, आपने देखा होगा ना, वो आपको बोलता है कि सर ये 2 बर्गर्स के साथ आप ये फ्रेंच फ्राइज भी ले सकते हैं, या इसके साथ आप ये कोक ले सकते हैं, है ना? So this is cross selling. And example, e-commerce websites showing customers also bought a mobile phone, or dealer suggesting a customer buy a new case for their new phone. Nowadays, whenever you're shopping on the e-commerce websites, आपने देखा होगा कि आप एक मोबाइल फोन खरीदते हैं तो seller is suggesting you a mobile case or a mobile cover, and if you're purchasing a sari, then they are suggesting some jewelry. Or so these are the examples of the cross selling. Now, what is upselling? Upselling is a sales technique aimed at persuading customers to purchase a more expensive, upgraded, or a premium version of the chosen item or other add-ons for the purpose of making a larger sale. E-commerce businesses often combine upselling and cross-selling techniques in an attempt to increase order value and maximize profit. In bank also many times you'll be doing the upselling, but you should know all these things, because this will be very helpful. So let's take the example of a health insurance. Let's suppose I have purchased the health insurance for myself, and next year I want to add my baby or my spouse in that health policy. So you can suggest them a better plan. You can suggest them a family floater. There are family floaters where you can add your family members with a higher cost. So this is upselling. So that's how you're going to make the use of these terms in your day-to-day business as well. And you should be aware of these terms. Now, next is, although I have covered most of the important questions that can be asked in time of interview, apart from that, I also want you to have a glance on these following topics. That is the affiliate marketing, online marketing, digital marketing, product mix, publicity, or the email marketing. So that's all for today's video. I hope these questions will help you in your interview preparation. I would like to make a request from all of you, from all of my subscribers who are done with your interview or whose interviews are scheduled in the coming days. Please take out few minutes from your busy schedule and share your feedback. That how was your interview? What kind of questions they have asked you, so that this will help the candidates who could not make it this time. My email is mentioned in the description box. Please write an email to me about your interview experience, about the questions you have faced. It will really going to help the students in the coming years. And thank you so much. If you like my content, then please like, share, and subscribe.